Hey, and welcome back to By Myself But Not Alone. This is episode 8, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, this show would be the first show of the second leg of Metallica's 2018-2019 WorldWired Tour. And since the day tickets went on sale, I was looking forward to this show more than any other because I was going to get to take my friends Alexander and Jonathan. Now, as you may remember, Alexander's the guy that's been doing all my editing up until this point, and Jonathan's his younger brother. I've known these guys their whole lives. Ever since they were little, we've spent countless hours in the movie theaters. Then when they got a little older, we started going to concerts. We've seen a lot of cool shows. This was going to be our third Metallica experience, and that's what made it so special. They were excited. I was excited. We were counting down the days together. It seemed like it would never get here. And the next thing you know, it's the day before the show. And as my luck would have it, the wheel bearing on my car broke. So I ran to the Honda dealer to see about getting it fixed. They said it would take a couple days. Well, I didn't have a couple days, so I ran over to Enterprise, and the only car available was a bright purple Jeep. Now, I'm not a fan of Jeeps, never was. Purple is not my favorite color, but we needed to get to Wisconsin, so I said, I'll take it. The next morning, I picked them up bright and early. We jumped on I-55 North until we hit Bloomington. There, we got on 39, which turns into 43. And about 4.5 to 5 hours after we left, we were pretty close to Milwaukee in the nice little town of Delavan. Now, this was a really cool town. It almost seemed like a town from the past, like something you read about in a Stephen King book. This historic, small, perfect little town. There were murals everywhere you went. There were a lot of old houses that had either been restored completely or well kept. We stayed in a really old hotel, and by the time we left, we all three kind of agreed it may have been haunted. As we were heading down to the show, Jonathan jumped online and he looked up the history of Delavan, thinking maybe he could learn something about some known haunted places in the town. As it turns out, the town has an extensive circus history dating back to the 1850s. And between the town's two cemeteries, there are 130 known circus performers laid to rest there. So we came to the conclusion that we may have been visited by the ghosts of a couple cool clowns. So anyway, we took everything into the hotel, we got ready, and about 40 minutes after we left Delavan, we were sitting in the parking garage right next to Five Star Forum. As soon as I turned the ignition off, I got an overwhelming feeling. You know that feeling when you've been away for a while and you finally make it home? Well, that's kind of what was going on. I just felt like I was where I was supposed to be. Alexander and Jonathan were equally as excited, so we hopped out and headed on over to the arena. They had general admission tickets, so we went and found their line and then said, I'll see you inside. And I went to find the black ticket line. When I got there, I saw quite a few familiar faces, but I also got to meet a lot of new cool people, and I got some good interviews, so we'll show you that in a minute. When we got inside, I was anxious to take a look around, as always. I had heard quite a bit about this place. It was the arena where the Milwaukee Bucks would play. And boy, let me tell you what, Milwaukee, you've got quite an arena there. I was talking to a couple security guys, and they told me they had heard that over 19,000 tickets were sold. And I believe that's an accurate number. It was a very large crowd. About a half hour after I got inside, Alexander and Jonathan came over and met me, so we took our spot. We weren't on the rail. We were maybe 3 people off the rail. We were in a perfect spot to get some guitar picks after the show. After the first leg, and they'd seen all my guitar picks that I had brought home, they were kind of excited about trying to get some for themselves. It wasn't much longer. Jim was on doing his thing. It was good to see that he was still on the roll that he started on the first leg. When Jim finished up, you know the routine: Ecstasy of Gold, then Metallica. We had a great set list that night: Creeping Death, Fade to Black, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Master of Puppets, Harvester of Sorrow, Seek and Destroy. You know how they do it. But I would say the song of the night for me was the deep cut, Motorbreath. They came out and they rocked it. At the end of the show, when they came out to do their pick thing, I normally show you the picks I got. I seem to have misplaced my pick bag, so you're going to have to trust me on this. I ended up getting 2 picks. Alexander and Jonathan got a couple each, and even though they got their own, I still wanted to get 2 for the sets I was putting together for them. But we had a good amount of success with the picks. And I want to say another thing about the crowd. Awesome crowd. We were surrounded by so many cool people. There's one couple in particular I'd like to give a shout out to. They were right behind us. And I believe, if I'm calling you by the wrong name, you won't know it, but I believe their names were Eddie and Laura. Eddie and Laura, it was so great hanging out with you that night. And it was so much fun to watch how excited Laura got when they played Puppets. Throughout the show, every couple songs, she'd lean in and she'd say, when they play Puppets, this place is going to explode. And I mean, she was so passionate about the way she said it. And let me tell you, she was right. When they played Puppets, the place exploded, and it was fun to watch how crazy she got about it. After the show, we went out front. Alexander and Jonathan got to meet a couple of the black ticket holders that they'd been hearing me talk about. They were really excited to get to meet Joe Pasella. Now, Joe's a professional cameraman, and Alexander and Jonathan, their whole lives, they've always had these little YouTube projects, and They've always been fascinated with the cinema. They're massive fans of so many TV series. It's unreal. And they just thought it was real cool to get to meet a real life cameraman. So we hung out just a little while longer, then we went back to the Jeep, headed to the hotel. We crashed, got about 5 hours sleep. We really couldn't sleep in at all because before I headed to Pittsburgh, I had to run back to right near St. Louis to drop them off. When we left Delavan that morning, the next show would have been the next night in Pittsburgh, so I had a good 1,000 miles to travel to get there on time. It was rough getting up early, but by the time we made it to McDonald's and loaded up on coffee and our favorite 99-cent sausage McMuffins, life was good. We hit the road. We had a nice smooth trip. It took about 5 hours. When we got there, I dumped them off, said see you in 2 weeks. It was fun. I headed over to the car dealer, picked up my car, ran home, loaded up, hopped on the road heading for Pittsburgh. So that was our trip. We had a great time. It was one of my favorite shows on the entire tour. In some ways it was the show, because every time we go out and do things together, we have a great time. Alexander and Jonathan had a great time. They got to meet a lot of cool people. They got guitar picks. They really enjoyed Brewer. They're big fans of his. They were blown away once again by Metallica. And me sitting back watching that, it just gave me a really good feeling. I started brainwashing them properly when they were young, and I've continued to do so over the years. And the highlight of the show for me was getting to sit back and watch a direct result of my brainwashing. So I'm going to shut up. Well, when I die, I will. But for now, I'd like to say, as always, thanks for watching. If you like what we have going on here, we'd appreciate it greatly if you subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, leave us a comment, let us know how we're doing. If you find yourself in one of our videos, please feel free to share it to social media. We're just trying to grow the project. Next episode, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We'll see you there. Until then, rock on. All right, what's your name and where are you from?
My name's Chris Knapp. I'm from Conomowoc, Wisconsin.
Jeff Grismeyer, and I'm from Prentice, Wisconsin. Eric from Indiana. Cal from Indiana.
I'm from Racine.
What's your name?
Steven.
Alex Jamberich, Racine, Wisconsin.
I'm David and I'm from Hartford, Wisconsin.
I'm Drew and I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
I'm Kaden and I'm from the Earth.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa, how old are you?
I'm 10.
Okay, that was a perfect answer for a 10-year-old. How about you?
Ken from Chicago area.
How long have you been a Metallica fan?
Pretty much my whole life.
How long is that?
25, 30 years.
Oh, geez. Most of my life, since I was 15, that would have been, that's over 30 years ago. Oh, since 96 for me, but I'm only 33 years old, so.
Right on.
Forever. I was 11.
Forever, what's forever, roughly?
Well, mid-80s.
I've honestly listened to Metallica all my life. My mom's a big Metallica fan, so I kind of listened to that when I was growing up.
Same here all my life. Since I was a teenager is when I started, so.
Me, I'm pretty new to Metallica. I've been a fan for a few years now. This is my first actual live concert.
I've been a fan since I was 12, so 1994.
Alrighty. And this is your first show? Have you seen him before?
15. This will be the 15th.
Since I was 3.
Since I can remember.
Have you seen him live before?
No, I haven't. This is my first time.
You pretty excited about that?
I'm stoked.
Yes.
When was that? First time you saw him?
First time in May of 1986 in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Alrighty, how many times have you seen him since?
One since. Today is number 2. Last year. Same with me in Detroit.
Alright, how many? So this will be your second show?
Yep. No, your third. My third, his second. He went to Detroit with me.
Oh,
I went
okay.
to Chicago last year for my first time.
Right on.
He didn't want to go. I'm like, you sure?
Well,
No, I don't want to go. I don't.
We had birthdays in the
I'm
family.
going by myself. I don't fucking care. The last 3 times, it wouldn't happen. So I'm like, I'm not missing out on now.
Alright.
I had a girlfriend said, hey, I'll take you to 09 show. She dumped me 2 weeks later.
That was alright.
No, first time.
First time here.
This is probably my 5th time. You haven't seen them live yet, no.
You haven't seen him live yet? This is your first show? I think you're gonna love it. Do you have a favorite song?
Probably Enter Sandman or Sanitarium.
Favorite album?
Not really. I like it all.
It's kinda hard.
Here and there, yeah. There's a lot of good albums out there.
Seek and Destroy.
How about album? Favorite album?
Master of Puppets. King Nothing. Blackened.
Blackened. All right, can you narrow it down to a favorite album?
Oh, and Justice for All. Kill them all. Sad but true.
Welcome Home, Sanitarium.
How about a favorite album?
Master of Puppets. I gotta say.
Master Puppets.
Yeah, I'm a Faded Black guy.
Fade to Black?
Yeah.
Favorite album?
Master of Puppets.
That's a difficult question.
That's why I ask you.
There's a lot. There's a lot of good ones to choose from.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably say that Ride the Lightning is my favorite album. That's the best I can do for you.
That's a nice shirt too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorites. How about you?
I like Orion.
Orion's your favorite song? Wow, that's a good answer. 10-year-old, you brought her up right.
I am.
How about your favorite album?
I don't know.
That's
Probably
really
Master
hard.
of Puppets for her. That's the one where most of her favorite songs are from.
Yeah, that's like the perfect album.
It is.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all.
From play to end, it's good.
Favorite band member, past or present?
Probably James. Definitely James.
Favorite band member? James Hetfield. Can I say no, but then say Lars?
You can say anything you want.
No, but Lars.
I like drumming, so I'm gonna have to say Lars. But I love Kurt. He makes sounds I have never heard before.
James.
I'm going with James Hetfield. I like his car collection.
No?
I'm a James Hetfield guy, even though I do love all the members. But just somebody who writes himself, we got that connection.
I don't know. They all bring their unique style. I mean, even back to Dave Mustaine.
I'm with you all the way on that. So many people aren't, but so many people are. But yeah, I'm
Don't have
with
Kill
you.
'Em All without Dave.
Yeah.
Even Ride the Lightning.
So who's your
Art.
favorite young lady? Favorite band member?
I don't know. They're all good.
Is there someone in your life that specifically turned you on to the band in the first place? How did you discover them?
Probably in high school, a lot of the other kids were listening to it.
Actually a friend.
Remember the name? Give him a shout out.
That'd be Dion Renteria.
Alrighty.
He's from Indianapolis. One person?
How did you find him?
I guess this guy. He had Ride the Lightning and Justice for All, the actual album. And I was looking through them and saying, oh, what's this? I was like, oh yeah, let's pop it in.
They were on Metal Massacre when they were just getting started. I had a buddy named Sid, and he got me Motorhead, a lot of those bands,
My mom.
Hi, family.
I thought you were going to say that.
When
How
she
about
was
you?
2 years old, when she was 2, I had a friend over, and a Metallica song was playing on the radio, and then she went, "Peace, Mortalica, Daddy, peace, Mortalica." So I introduced her at a very young age.
How about you?
Probably my uncle. I used to sneak into his room and listen to his vinyl records, and started with Kill 'Em All.
I even got my Metallica shirt on from the Hog. Want to take a look at it quick?
Sure, let's check it out.
There it is.
Right on. Oh, that's a nice shirt. You got it from these guys?
Yep, I qualified for Harley Hardwire. Fortunately, I didn't win the bike, but it was an awesome contest. I had a blast.
Oh, that's a nice shirt, man. Cool. Congrats on that.
Thanks.
Alrighty. I just got one more question when you hood up. Oh,
That's all right. I'm good.
if the band members themselves should happen to see this video, do you have a message for them?
Yeah, thanks for Welcome Home Sanitarium. I can really relate to that song. I've listened to it many a times, and it really hits home, along with a lot of your tunes. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Rock on. You guys rock. Thanks for coming to Milwaukee.
Final thing. If the band themselves happens to see this, do you have a message for them?
Keep it coming.
Okay. Final. This is it.
Anything you want, man.
If the band should happen to see this at some point in their future, do you have a message for them?
Oh God, yes.
I don't have time
Yeah.
because
They make
I'm
us
happy with my child. I'm happy with my wife. But outside of it is all bullshit. They make me whole.
They make me happy. I don't have road rage. I have a bag of Metallica CDs in my van.
We came with
Goes
the dentist
everywhere I go.
who makes $100,000 more than me, but tonight we're together.
Yeah.
No joke.
Yep.
Like, different level of classes, but tonight,
All Metallica family.
Last one, this is an easy one. If the band members themselves would happen to see this video, do you have a message for them?
Stay doing what you're doing. You guys are awesome.
Keep rocking out, guys. Keep doing it, man.
Final question, because I think you're trying to get in. If the band members themselves see this video, you got a message for them?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for all your music. It's got me through some pretty hard times, but it's also just really fun to listen to, and it's all very entertaining. You guys give your all out there every night. We thank you for it.
Okay, one more. This one's real easy. If the band members themselves happen to see this video, do you have a message for them?
Oh God, I'd say I love the fact that they're staying out of the fray in the world of politics right now. Just keeping the music real and staying out of it. Just thank God, just stay out of it.
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
I don't think I have one.
Living and dying, laughing and crying. What you have seen it will never be the same. Life in the fast lane is just how I see. Honor and TV is dreaming, yeah. Motorbreath, down and leave my life. I can't dig in any other way. Motorbreath, dying if you make fast it is. Would you take your breath away? No stuff for nothing, full speed or nothing. I'm taking 9 or whatever's in my way. Getting your kicks, shooting the line. Sending the signals if I'm a spy, yeah. Motorbreath, down and in my life. I can't take it any other way. Motorbreath, dying if living fast it is. Would you take your breath away? Those people who tell you not to take chances, they are missing on what life's about. You only live once, but don't love a chance. Don't end up like all of the six long and dead, yeah. Motorbreath, down and live my life. I can't take it any other way. Motorbreath, dying and living fast it is. Would you take your breath away? Away!
That is from Kill 'Em All. And happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is tonight.